Hello, you beautiful people. Just a quick announcement to say that on this video we have reversed the videos and we have muted the soundtrack completely just to avoid any copyright strikes, because we seem to be subject to a lot of those, although most of them are Capcom and it's all on one video, but whatever. So yeah, we're just avoiding that from Activision because they are poop heads. Thank you very much. Enjoy the video.
On with the show.
And here we have the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer, the source of many controversy recently.
Oh, I know, right? And already you can see the problem. It's just schizophrenic editing up the wazoo.
Well, it starts off a bit strange. It's going for the whole Cloverfield handycam, but it's army sort of
Army
recording
boys.
tapes. Yeah. No signal. Oh, we lost the live feed. Twitch streamers have been most unhappy.
And here we go. That's the cause of most of the flack. Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Infinite Warfare. I've just noticed they've called their game Infinite Warfare. They're called Infinity Ward. That's like an IDS releasing
There's a
game
robot there, Blake.
called IDS game, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like now you see some grim, tough army dudes.
Oh, she's so unhappy. Look
of multi-racial
and
people.
Sex
and kind of and organic and non-organic, as well, you know. And now it's going a bit. I literally don't know what to say for this one. It's just so like bang, here we go, bang, here we go, bang, here we go, and
right
none of it's really landing. Like it just feels really. Hang on, is our favourite line coming up?
Yeah, my favourite line here. The most unexpected attack on the world has just happened. How did we not see it coming? You answered your own question there, sir. I think you'll find.
It's all like, oh, look at our big grandiose set pieces.
Yeah, you were saying when we were first watching it, it's very dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah, but not a lot of substance. I don't know who these characters are. I don't know why I should care, other than they're tough army dudes.
Yeah.
It's basically just made Independence Day the game.
It never really explains who the enemies are, because I think I remember hearing somewhere that, or just from guessing from the future footage, that it's basically robots from space.
See, I thought it was space aliens. I didn't know who the hell the enemy was.
Oh, now we got the cool let's go into space moment.
Oh, this could have been done a lot, so it was a lot cooler than it is.
Well, I mean,
make it look so simple going into space.
It's in-game footage, so they've got that going for them at least.
Yeah, I guess.
But this is where the music crescendos have the nice dramatic pause as, oh my god, look at the thing that we're supposed to know what it is. And then this atrocity happens.
Then this happens.
And I will say, because I don't care very much for the song. I'm not saying that the song's bad or it's unfitting. I mean, it's not a perfect fit, but I hate Activision for choosing this song because it just feels so perfectly timed to where this feels like a kind of cash grab upon Bowie's death.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, remember this guy who's dead? Let's put his song into our trailer. And not only that, I said to you, I'm completely the other way. I think it's the most disparate mix of music and visuals that I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think the song, I think the lyrical content of the song is very unfitting. I mean, the tone of it is just so. It's Activision, you know.
Yeah, but just the tone's also like, oh, big tough space dudes throwing each other through space and breaking people's necks in space. Can you break a robot's neck?
I don't know, honestly.
Officer and a Gentleman.
What?
Officer and a Gentleman?
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Richard Gere puts a suit on like that. Yeah, but can you break a robot's neck? But yeah, we don't know who the enemy is.
No, they're just, other than they came from space, and that reminds me a lot of Destiny, which is never a good thing.
And it's just...
Oh, and now the best part.
Oh, yeah, this is the reason why we picked this trailer in particular, because it brings on something we both want to talk about quite a lot. This is the trailer for... They're basically packaging, you probably know this already, COD 4 remastered in the pre-order
Call of
edition.
Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the thing that kickstarted the entire Activision's new money jackpot.
Exactly, and they've put that in with that one, the Legacy Collection. So you have to pre-order it, pay like, what, was it $79 US?
$79 US dollars
bills to get the actual remastered version of the game.
Yeah.
And it's the case of, if they'd released it separately, it was a win-win situation from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, no, because they're saying that, no, you have to pre-order to get this. There's no other way you're going to get this. But you and I both know. Give it, like, 6 months, they'll go, yeah, it's for sale now, full release game.
Yeah, because all they'd be doing is hamstringing themselves. Let's think on a business kind of point of view. All they'd be doing by limiting how you can acquire this game is limiting their sales. So they will, after 6 months, when the novelty wears off, go, okay, now everyone can have it.
Yeah.
And it seems really, really, really cynical, and it seems really...
However, I've just... having known the industry for as long as I have, I don't put it past Activision that they knew about this. They thought, we're going to get a lot of negative flack for this. Fuck it, we're Activision. When aren't we getting negative flack?
Yeah, I mean, I think what they've done also is they've sort of said to themselves, right, we have a very startling lack of confidence in our latest sequential yearly release of Call of Duty. It's getting stale.
Well, I mean,
it's
Ghost,
like an old dog.
From what I remember, Ghost didn't do too well, did it?
it's
Neither did Advanced Warfare?
Or was it Black Ops? I know neither side.
Yeah, I think ever since Ghosts, it's kind of
declined.
I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's still got #1 billing all over the place, but it's gone from like something like 20 million, whatever stupid number it is, down to like 19 million, and that
doesn't sound like a lot,
but to an Activision executive's pocket, that is a hefty number.
How am I going to buy my yacht, Reginald? I don't know, Timothy.
Why are they like old Englishmen in a country manor?
I don't know. Have you heard about this latest Call of Duty game that we're doing? Reginald, it's going to be good. It's in space. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Who'd fund a videoed game? But anyway, the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer. Yeah, I mean, basically, they've said this just shows to me that they've got a very, very, very big lack of confidence in their product. They've gone, we're going to get loads of flack. People aren't going to like it. What we'll do is we'll package in, let's be honest, probably one of the most successful games they've released in the Call of Duty franchise.
Yeah.
To this one, so you have to pre-order it. So all they're thinking is our pre-order sales need to be the same or bigger than last time.
Yeah.
So all they're thinking is by doing this, in their head, it's going to get them more pre-order sales. And people will probably fall for it.
I was going to say, the unfortunate thing is that it will work.
It will work.
Because there are people, we're excluding the people who are like, oh, cool, a new Call of Duty game, I'm going to buy it.
Regardless
There's going to be
quality.
the people who are convinced by Activision saying that, oh no, you're not going to be able to get this remake anywhere else. Because I told you, when this trailer first came out, they could have released Modern Warfare 4 Remastered as its own game and packaged in Infinite Warfare with it, and it would have made much more sales.
It would have done loads better,
yeah.
Wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
It would have made people a lot happier.
I mean, they wouldn't have been so annoyed. I can completely understand the annoyance and everything behind it. I mean, I think the thing is, it's kind of like the worrying thing is like it sets a precedent of pre-ordering games, and everything, and also
pre-order culture's fucked as it is. Yeah,
remastering games. So, now, I mean, let's be honest. For Uncharted 4, for instance, take that as an example. You can only get 1 through 3 remastered if you buy Uncharted 4.
Or worse, you'd buy Uncharted 4 and there'll be like a large portion of the game, chopped away and with like a barrier saying like, oh, enter your code from the remaster edition to gain access to the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Because games have been going in that direction for a while now, haven't they?
It's kind of worrying to think that that's going to happen. But going back onto like the actual kind of the content of the trailer.
Yes. Sorry, we're talking too much into the business.
Well, no, I mean, it's the business side of it is interesting, and the reason why we picked that one is so we could discuss the fact that they've put in.
Sorry, you've got a big black can, and I was wondering. I thought it might taste like licorice, and it does not.
And I was sad. But they've packaged in. It is interesting to think that they've packaged in that game as a kind of really dastardly marketing move to secure pre-order sales, and that's really, really disturbing and worrying, and kind of all-round shit, really. But the content of the trailer...
If there were 3 words to describe Activision...
It's kind of shit.
Well, no, disturbing, worrying, and all-round kind of shit.
And it's just kind of the actual trailer itself was very limited on context, on story.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like, here are the set pieces you'll be going through, the rest of it will just be the same as what you've experienced.
Donkey, doesn't it? Let's be honest. It basically gives you like big kind of text dumps in loading screens to tell you the story, and other than that, you're running through kind of linked shooting galleries, shooting theatres, with some big action set pieces. And even the set pieces seemed a bit...
Well, I think that Activision and Infinity Ward and Treyarch, they've always been a bit nervous. They've never entirely known what to do with their Call of Duty franchise. Because one thing that people loved about Modern Warfare 4 was the fact it had such a greatly impacting story. It had some really dramatic scenes in it. And their reaction was, drama everywhere, all the time, never stopping,
never changing, always staying that same high level of drama.
It's like, I'll admit now, I'm not a big fan of the Call of Duty games. I've played a bit of Modern Warfare 4 and didn't really care for it that much. It started off okay, but then I played as the Americans. Not to say anything bad against the Americans, but
pile drived into the ground.
Like with the SAS missions, I really liked the kind of tactical, sneak through the boat and shoot things quietly and to try and be all stealthy about it. But then it got to, we're in some Middle Eastern country, let's shoot everyone.
There's a little old lady over there selling bananas. Gun her down.
She had a knife.
Just put us a knife on her. She was armed. Just a poor paraplegic old woman selling bananas, ruthlessly slaughtered by the never-ending evil machinations of a country that doesn't like the size of its own penis. That's what I think about.
But anyway, back to the trailer.
The trailer. I mean, I was quite a big I was a big fan of Call of Duty. I'm quite big on the Call of Duty Vanguard, and I mean, I played a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff I most enjoyed the most. My favourite one was World at War. To have like a proper war that we're in, not like this Panzi Afghan conflict we're in now. What's that all about? But, you know...
I don't get out of bed in the morning unless it's a real genocide.
It's just a real, some real bad shit's going on. I don't bother, mate. That was my favourite one. And it had the scope and the scale, and it was genuinely dramatic, and it was quite tense. And there was a great Russian roulette scene in the middle, the Diddy Mao bit from Platoon.
Right.
You know, it was really quite interesting. And then we got to moving towards, the modern kind of angle of things. And I like Call of Duty, and I liked Modern Warfare. And to a lesser extent, I like Modern Warfare 2 as well. It was okay. But now, because it's sequential, it's just always everything the same. And there's no way we can escalate it now. They put it in the future because they were writing themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
Now the corner is closing in and they're trapped. And now they're freaking the fuck out. They've got no idea what to do with it. So now they've gone, right, story, let's not bother. There's robots, space. It's like a little kid with ADHD trying to write it. What's the next Call of Duty game? Space, robots, Mexicans. You know, just throwing anything you can out there.
To quote Yahtzee, a series usually dies when it goes to space because where can you go from there? Once you've conquered space,
there's nothing to do.
Yeah. Your options are either do space again or go back to the basics, which is where we'll be going with the next trailer. But is there anything else you want to say about the Call of Duty stuff before we move on?
Well, I mean, just to reiterate the point I was saying earlier, let's look critically at what we've got. We've got limited, no story. We didn't get a single character name.
Basically, the story that we received was there's a warlock from the moon. So I'm thinking about Destiny again. There is an invasion from space. We don't know who or what they are.
That's your mystery, he says in inverted commas.
It's an invasion that we couldn't have predicted. Why didn't we predict this?
Well, yeah, no character names. I've got no idea who any of these people are. I don't even know is it like an Earth Defense Force that are trying to tackle the evil robots from outer space? Who's made these robots? Why have they made these robots? Why have the robots turned on the humans and sort of terminate kind of an escapade and come back to Earth to try and kill us?
I'm going to make a guess now that the main story is going to be about the big bad, whoever it is that's coming from space, is going to attempt to wipe humanity from the planet because it's for the planet's own good. That sort of story that we've seen 50 billion times.
It's going to be one of them, isn't it? Human beings are a parasite. We have to erase
Not
them.
me, though. I'm perfect, because I am a human being.
I wonder if they've got any celebrity cameos this time round.
It won't have Kevin Spacey again.
Oh, I want Kevin Spacey in it again.
I want Peter Stormare.
Oh, he'd be brilliant. That's like the evil bad guy. They just go fucking ham-fisted crazy at it.
No, he just plays Dr. Hill again. Just every now and again it cuts to a scene with him and he's shouting at you.
Yeah, they're sitting there, and they sort of got back from the front of the war, and they're all PTSD and stuff, and he's just screaming at you, "What are you afraid of? Should I decorate the walls in bats? Are you afraid of bats?" Like that, just completely schizo fucking crazy. I think that would be brilliant. I'd play the shit out of that. I'd really love that.
Activision, hit a Peter Stormare and we'll talk.
Yeah. I just don't think it's going to be very good. It needs a rest. The series needs a rest.
I mean,
it's done. It's played out. There's no more you can do with it. It's just the same thing over and over again. And doing it every year doesn't give them a chance to make a new engine. It's always the same engine. It's never going to look any better. There's only so many times you can polish it. And there's only so many set pieces you can do.
Well, that's the thing, because
when... We had the space throwing him into an airlock thing. We've done that. We've done him floating through space and fighting in space. We've done that. It's done.
Was there another battle? No, I'm thinking of Halo that did the spaceship battles, and because they did that in Reach, and no one really liked it that much, because generally space battles are very awkward to control, especially in the middle of a game where that's not the main focus.
Yeah, it seems like tacked on at the end. Do you think that's what they're going to go for? We did see a bit where they're in space. I thought it was going to be like a set piece where you go through, press R2 to shoot missiles.
Yeah,
that was going to be it.
That's the thing. It's either going to be just a cutscene where you're floating through space in your tin can, as David Bowie says, just shooting people, and you just hit R2 to shoot the people, or you can actually have some free roaming, flying around shooting things.
Be awful.
Yeah, if it's that, it's going to be awful. If it's the foreman, it's just going to be boring.
If they did it once, it's going to be completely just throw everything that they can in, and then that was it. That's all you're going to get.
So straight out of the gate, neither of us are particularly excited about
dead on arrival, mate. Let's be honest, it's dead in the water.
Yeah, and I think
look at the proportion. We haven't mentioned it, but look at the proportion of people that dislike the trailer we just watched.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I've not really focused too much on the genuine reaction to it. Whether people are just upset because they don't like the trailer, or whether they're upset because
it's another Call of Duty game.
No, or whether they're upset because because of the Modern Warfare remake.
Oh, I'm fucking upset about that.
Yeah, I can imagine, because there's something like 2.7 million dislikes on the video to 400,000.
I'm 2.5 of those dislikes.
To 400,000 likes, and I can kind of see why. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a betrayal of the series, I mean, as an outsider and admittedly a critic of the Call of Duty franchise, because I'm a filthy scrub casual, I've never really...
By not playing the most casual game ever conceived?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, from an outsider's perspective, I'm just saying this as kind of... This just looks like every other Call of Duty game.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's
just
new to it.
Pointless, tethered together drama, like, just completely watered down nothingness. Absolutely no shock value. Well, it's not even that, it's all shock value to the point where there's nothing shocking about it.
Yeah.
You need to have your crescendos and you need to have your lows. To actually have peaks and your troughs to have some form of impact on either.
And it's not worked at all. I mean, maybe what it is, the fan base, they were all 13-year-old boys. Now they're older.
Playing an 18-plus game, yeah?
They're now sort of 16, 17-year-old boys. And you're like, I'm kind of sick of all this, like, running around shooting and stuff.
I'm going to play Doom.
Oh, I love Doom. That's not time and place for it, but Doom's really good. Shall we move on to the next one?
And welcome everyone to the Battlefield 1 official reveal trailer. And this one, as you can see, is very different already to the Infinite Warfare trailer.
There's colour!
There's horses!
There's some colour in there. Prince of Persia's in there. You've got a big old simulator in the middle as well. There's a guy going all quiet on the western front and smashing someone in the head with a shovel. There's Red Baron. What's there not to like? Like, it's exciting. Like, it's old-timey, it's vintagey, it's cool, it's colourful, it flows really well.
Yeah.
There's different... Have you noticed something, Nathan? There's variety of places you fight in. Some of them are jungles, some of them are like beaches. There's variety. There's not just one place to fight.
It's not just a city and a space.
Yeah, it's not just space and then city. There's sea. There's... And it drops.
Yeah, and also there's a remix of another song that I'm...
Seven Nation Army, yo. It's fucking badass.
At least it's not some, like, butt rock Metallica cover.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
There's a big...
Zeppelins!
There's a big Zeppelin. And I mean, other than the stupid name aside, it's looking pretty positive, right? We've already said, like, it makes no sense for us to call it Battlefield 1. Because I was saying to you before the recording, like, now you're going to get in a situation where you'll say to your friend, have you played Battlefield 1? They're like, what, the first one? You go, no, the new one. And it just... But then again, people do it with the remakes. They're like, Doom's the same name as... first one.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big deal, but apart from that slight niggle, it looks awesome, right?
I mean, as a trailer goes, it's not particularly brilliant. I can't say for certain how much of that was genuine gameplay footage.
Oh yeah, good point.
I mean, one thing about the modern generation is that it's actually very difficult to tell between cutscene graphics and actual gameplay graphics, which is a bonus, but makes our job difficult.
Yeah.
We'll
not
say
only that. Let's use the same markers as we always do. There's not a great deal of story being told to you through the. Like...
Well, I'll admit that. However, they kind of. Now, this isn't a defense of it, but more a note to admit. They kind of don't need to when it is just World War One.
Yeah, good point.
It's a case of...
We know
you're going to get the story in the game, but a lot of people tend to know Germans did a naughty thing. We went over there and Ruddy stopped them before they got a bit big for their boots.
They're jack boots. They're big, shiny jack boots.
I mean, obviously... It looks interesting.
It looks more interesting than Infinite Warfare.
We were talking a lot about how Call of Duty was trying to go for a lot of drama, a lot of that sort of thing. But this went for a very particular type of drama that I don't know, hasn't really been covered in a Call of Duty game since some of the first Modern Warfare iterations of the actual horrors of war.
Yeah.
I mean...
You saw the mustard gas?
Yeah, I saw the mustard gas. You saw some bloke looking bloody terrified as a tank rolled up in his trench.
Yeah, and you actually saw reactions of people's faces. I think that's the difference.
Rather than an Asian woman just sort of gritting her teeth.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You saw, like, close to people's faces. You saw that guy, you know, like, suffering from shell shock and deafness in one of his ears. You saw the pilot guy kind of, like, doing all of his piloting and things like that, you know. And you saw... the drama was there because not only is it a real thing, so it's more relatable, they handled it in a better way.
Yeah.
Like, it was more visceral and dynamic. It wasn't so... I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I find it hard to be worried about being murdered by a robot. Don't you? But when it comes to, like, being murdered by mustard gas or, like... Well, it's like, yeah, when the coffee machine goes nuts and tries to kill us both. But it's... like, when it's like mustard gas, you can kind of relate... You kind of know... You kind of think in your head, you kind of know what that kind of feels like, if it makes sense. So it's all there more. And like I say, you've got the deserts and stuff, so you've got a variety of places. And it takes you through a kind of theatre of war that we haven't done in a while. Yeah. Like, it feels fresh now.
One thing that's interesting that I think Battlefield might be covering, which, as we mentioned before, Call of Duty has shot themselves in the foot with, is that you're actually fighting humans with faces in Battlefield to really hammer home the whole horrors of war thing. Because when you're shooting someone who's got their face covered, or you're shooting a robot, they're just sort of they're like, you're told, oh, they're evil, they're trying to kill you, so they must be bad people. You have to kill them. Whereas when it comes to you're in a war, they're just like you know, you're in an impoverished time, and you know the army seems like the only way you can actually get ahead in life.
And not only that, you're being told by the government you've got to stop a greater evil. You know, you've got to pull together.
If you specifically don't join the army, the country will fall.
Yeah, and what do you end up with? Your lungs shot a bit with mustard gas, trench foot, and a gammy eye. That's what you end up with at the end of the day. That's what you get. You know,
I like the gammy eye. That's the bullet point.
Yeah, that's like you don't want to go to war because you get a gammy eye. Just don't do it.
I mean, yeah, your lungs will be ruined forever, and you might lose a foot, but your eye, important. You look a bit murky for a while.
You look like that matey on the horse, like the Prince of Persia looking fella. But yeah, it just seems more exciting, and it seems more well put together. And we mentioned the colour as well. There's loads more colour in there, and there's loads more. It's more relatable drama. It's not just. You've got to really go for a big stretch of imagination to get behind the Call of Duty angle and be really excited for that. Like, oh, there's robots coming from space. It feels like really bad science fiction, like written.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It feels like a game company, a game series that started with very realistic, very hard to watch, like what Battlefield's doing, very hard to watch, very hard to endure. Trials and tribulations that's now just gone space now.
It feels like some Activision CEO walked into the writers' room one day, slapped down an Isaac Asimov book, and just said, "Just do that,
but make it Call of Duty, all right?
Yeah, put more guns in it, please. Cheers,
and make sure the women don't get to do anything.
And I want it by lunchtime."
When you're ready, it's got to be out in 3 weeks. Yes. I've already said to all my mates down the shop, so you can go to buy it in 2 weeks. Better get a move on.
How's that Modern Warfare remake going? The what? Oh yeah, you want to do that too?
Oh yeah, we'll put them together. It won't annoy people. It'll be fine. But with the Battlefield 1, it looks cool, and I've said for a very long time now. I mean, in our conversation down the pub and things like that.
Yeah.
That with the technology we have now, this is the time to do World War I games, World War II games, to give you that big scope.
It does.
I mean, imagine Normandy on the PS4, like, you know, the beach landings, things like that. Like it'd be like Saving Private Ryan. That amount of chaos and like not fun, but chaos and kind of excitement you can have on the screen, and how
excitement's a word for it. Yeah,
how much you can have on the screen, you know. And this is the time to do it. You've got the power now. You can have the scope now. I was completely blown away by Call of Duty World at War. The scope on that. You know,
that was the one before they started doing Modern Warfare.
Yes, yeah, that was the one where your Americans fighting the Japanese at the tail end of World War II. And this one covers an area that we've had World War II, but I believe this is World War One. Yes,
I believe so. Yes, just going by the title, I've not done
and the kind
too
of
much
the
research.
dating of the time period, like the kind of the Lee Enfields and things like that.
Yeah, the Zeppelins,
and the costumes, and the Zeppelins. You know, I'd say it was World War One, and it's something we've not seen a lot. Like World War II, we've done to death, but it's been like a break now.
I think it's because like sort of with. Just going into a bit of psychology here, I think it's because, you know, with World War II you had Hitler.
Yeah.
You know, it's a household name, very much like, you know, like a Tassimo machine. or a Sony television, that sort of thing. But
Diet Coke.
You know, if you ask, and I'm going to generalise here, but if you ask someone, just one random person in America, okay, who was the, you know, the figurehead of the German war machine during World War One, and I don't know if any of them would be able to say who it was, because it wasn't Kaiser Wilhelm, was it? It was. Okay.
Kaiser Wilhelm.
It was Kaiser Wilhelm, yeah. I know I struggled, because the thing is, I went into that sentence thinking, it's Kaiser Wilhelm, then I got to the point, it's like, oh God, was it?
I'm not feeling confident to give my answer. Yeah, it was. It's Kaiser Wilhelm.
Yeah,
but it wasn't really that. The thing with World War One, it was a slower war. It was a war of attrition.
Well, yeah, we didn't have the technology which Call of Duty is trying to push, because we barely had tanks, as you saw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much kind of set piece excitement you're going to get, because mostly it was just sitting around in trenches writing poetry. And I feel like if they put the pencils down every once in a while and did some shooting, it would have gotten a lot better. We wouldn't have been stuck out there so long. Yeah, it's alright playing football on Christmas Day and everything, that's brilliant, but, you know, pencil down.
Oh, look at me, I'm Ewan McGregor, I get to make a film about this one day.
Was that Salmon Fishing in the Yemen? Was that one that he did?
He did that, and I think that was him.
He was in that, yeah. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
Which you can't do, there's no salmon in Yemen.
Well, they're going to put salmon in Yemen, that's the point of the film.
Oh, they are.
And then he disarms a man that's going to shoot another man with a fishing rod. Like, hits him in the hand and pulls. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we're talking about war. So
I've not seen that film. I want to see it.
That's the only good bit. The only, batshit insane bit. Other than that is, can we get salmon in the Yemen? No. Let's do it. That's pretty much it.
I told you no, Ewan.
We got to do it. Oh, I'll ride my motorcycle around Yemen for a bit. Anyway, Battlefield 1. I don't know how much like set pieces like when you're going to have. Obviously, you can have like a Zeppelin bit. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
You can have like flying bits. That's going to be cool. But
I suppose
most
that's
of it's
kind
like
of
running across like no man's land through like barbed wire, and that's going to be quite hectic, quite exciting, quite quite kind of. You could have like a really good bit where a grenade goes off and like he has that kind of sonorous tone in his head and he's sort of kind of like wobbling.
I know,
a bit.
but doesn't
like the horrors of war? Like he looks over and there's a bloke like with his guts missing.
Oh
or,
God!
You know what I mean? The horrors of war you can see around him and be traumatized by that, and you can actually make a point with that.
I suppose, like, from what we've been shown by both trailers, Battlefield almost has the opposite issue to Call of Duty, and it is still kind of an issue where they kind of have no set pieces shown in there. Like, they've gone for purely, this is the combat. Even then, like I say, you can't tell for certain as to what is gameplay and what is just a cutscene.
This feels very brief.
It felt brief. It felt focused, which is more than it could be said about Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was kind of
like they knew what they kind of wanted to show, but the lack of any real set pieces, I don't know. I don't know. As I say, I'm not really that much into those games, so I can't say how much they affect the gameplay. If they do go for a Horrors of War aspect of the game, then right on. I think that's exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best thing to do with it.
One thing I want to bring up, like, is this a show that we're going to just sort of wind up in some endless loop of Call of Duty and Battlefield games? Because like, it's going to start off with World War One, then it's go World War Two, then it's going to go back to Modern Warfare, and then it's just going to go slightly advanced, and then it just loops again, like sort of every 10 years.
Yeah, just like reboots. I hope not.
Because, in 10 years' time, when we're still doing this, obviously. Battlefield 1-2 comes out.
Yeah, and then Battlefield 1-2, left hook, right hook, dug underneath.
It comes out like, it's so refreshing, going back to World War 1 after all these modern and future warfare games that have come out.
Because then you'd end up, like, in 10 years' time, they'll be like World War 3 games. When Trump gets in power, World War 3 kicks off, we were playing World War 3, weren't we? So... It's a sort of like dystopian Mad Max wasteland. So it'd be good, I reckon. It'd be refreshing to go back when the planet wasn't completely totally fucked. But the thing with Battlefield, I don't play a lot of them. I don't think I've played any of them for very long.
No.
And again, you've got to consider the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
These games haven't shown off any multiplayer.
No.
There's been no, join this weekend for zombies, which is odd.
It is odd, especially because...
Call of Duty makes most of its like long-term revenue on multiplayer.
I know the Black Ops 3, I'm speaking like some 50-year-old news reporter. The Black Ops 3, when that came out fairly recently, it was released on last generation as well as current generation, except the last generation was multiplayer only, I believe. It did come with the campaign, and... people weren't really bothered.
See, that's just goes to show that people don't really get the games.
I don't know. Is like the campaign, the advertisements for the campaign, just some sort of Trojan horse to get the multiplayer into the living room?
It might be just the case of like it's just a vestigial tale, the story at this point, and everyone knows what they're coming for.
And I'll be quite honest. Again, coming as an outsider opinion, I kind of don't see a World War One shooter having much of a like popular online.
Unless you get hold of like the simulatory kind of crowd, all the authentic,
all the 45-year-old dads who like history, that sort of
history
thing.
reenactments. But then they won't be buying something that's kind of as jacked up as Battlefield 1. So that's what I described the trailer as, jacked up.
Yeah,
like it was pretty intense. And now it comes to the point where if they actually have gone backwards now and they're focusing on a story again.
I don't like saying this about faceless corporations, but EA have been not awful recently about this sort of thing.
Are we in some sort of parallel pocket nexus dimension?
Well, I don't know. I mean, EA and Activision have been at arms for years, and they've always been up and down on each other. Yeah,
saucy.
Anyway, I think it's kind of obvious which way we're going to go on this, but shall we get to the deciding on points on this?
We'll have to see how it goes. We might come back and revisit it. We said we can do that on this show. Might have to, when some more stuff comes out and we see maybe...
Yeah, because this isn't going to be released for another, 6 months?
Yeah, so maybe when it gets closer to time we can come back and see it, and when
5
there's
months.
Multiplayer trailers or something like that, we can have a look at those as well, and we can discuss them, and we can get more depth. We can
just do trailer blazers respite.
Yeah, and we can answer the questions that we've posed in this one. Maybe we can give that a go.
But then we'd have to listen to ourselves, and that's awful.
I do that all the time. In the shower, wanking.
Are those two scenarios put together, or are they separate?
Sometimes together, sometimes separate. Let's move on to the decision. What do you think? What are you going to go for?
I don't know. Just going by the trailers alone, which I always say before.
Which you always say is the point of the show, I know, but...
I will most certainly side more to Battlefield 1, which is strange because I've never... Call of Duty I've at least sort of looked at and thought, I can see why this is entertaining to people, but I don't want any part of it. But Battlefield has just always confused me. Just as a presence. It felt so much like EA just going me too, me too, me too, me too.
And I think now maybe the Me Too, Me Too, Me Too have now overtook the people that did it first.
Yeah, that's the thing. It feels very much like sort of EA saw which way the path was heading and thought, no, let's just turn off here. And Activision was like, look at them losers going down a different road. Oh, I've made a mistake.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I'm going with Battlefield 1 just because I'm really trying to rack my opinions sort of on it. I mean, I prefer Battlefield 1, although I can't entirely say why, other than it was more focused as a game. And I know that's a word we use far too often, focused and fragmented.
Yeah.
But it felt very much like they knew what they want. They know what they want to do. They've seen where the games are going, and they're trying to get ahead of it. They perhaps maybe got some information as to what Call of Duty was going to do next and thought, ooh, I'm not sure if that's going to work.
Yeah.
Because they've also tried the Advanced Warfare thing, and they didn't go too well for them. Like, say, Hardline. Yeah.
And that didn't go well.
They thought, well, let's go back to basics, and I think it might work.
I think it's the right move.
Okay, I've just spouted bollocks for the past minute, so Blake, would you kindly take over?
Yeah, can do. I'm going to go for Battlefield 1 as well, strictly because it's just more. There's more colour, more variety. There's more you can do with that idea. There's more you can base the idea on.
Yeah.
It's not all you have to come up with the ideas yourself. You can take it from real life historical events. There's more things you can do with it. The multiplayer is a bit of a worry. I never play it anyway, but it's a bit of a worry because, like you said, we can't see kind of trench combat doesn't really kind of go in well with fast-paced kind of first-person shooter kind of online kind of in general. But it's just got more to it. There's more excitement, more dynamism, more kind of variety, and there's just more to it. And it's more. I keep saying more. Stop saying more. There's a bigger foundation that you can go from.
For a surprisingly short trailer, there is more in it.
Yeah, and we got more out of it. And
I think it felt like Activision was really trying to show a story that it just didn't have.
It just didn't know what it was. What it was doing. No, I know.
It's either a very baseline sort of story, or it's just no story at all.
And I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. But I'm definitely going Battlefield 1 because it just seems to be the better game right now. Call of Duty's been going for ages. It's been steadily declining in quality. The Battlefield guys taken a few years off, and now they've come back with this. It's going to be polished. It's going to be more functional. It's going to be more directed towards what they want it to do. They've had more time to work on it, and it's just going to be flat out all round better, I think.
Okay, so that's another agreement between us. That's upsetting.
I know, right?
I mean, one day...
Are we ever going to disagree? I don't think we ever will.
One day we might disagree, but today is not that day. Thank you very much for joining us with Trailer Blazers, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week, actually.
Yep, next week we're going to do another one. See how we like 2 in a row.
Yeah.
The base days.
So stick with us, please, and we'll keep doing them.
Yeah, I see if you're liking them, we'll keep doing them. That's just how it kind of works. But thank you very much indeed for watching.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. I know what you're doing.
Thinking about me wanking in the shower, probably.
Thank you. Goodbye.